Since it was announced last year that Chicago would be making the switch from blue bags to blue carts as the primary method for its residents to recycle, some people have been left wondering how the transition would work. Currently, more than 170,000 city households use the new system, and by the end of 2011, the Department of Streets and Sanitation hopes to have all eligible residents using blue carts. Until then, where are those without carts supposed to put their bottles, cans, and papers? And what's become of the old blue bag system?
We don't have the blue bag system in place for processing anymore. We had to take the funding we were putting in that and put that into the expanded rollout of the blue cart. So we know there would be a gap for a while, and to fill that gap, what we've done is come up with neighborhood recycling centers.
Known as blue drop-off centers, these big, blue, and very noticeable recycling bins have been placed in 30 locations throughout the city. Conveniently located in parks, forest preserves, police stations, and other easily accessible areas, the drop-off centers accept all of the same commodities that go into a blue cart, with the exception of yard waste.
But everything you could traditionally put in recyclable, we have a pop can, plastic container, vitamin bottles, so you have your typical containers you could recycle, and then we have paper.
One small issue that has come to light with the drop-off centers is that of overcrowding. Due in part to the growing popularity of the recycling movement, the bins are sometimes filled to their capacity when people show up to drop things off. The Department of Streets and Sanitation wants it to be known that it is well aware of this and have stepped up its efforts in monitoring the sites.
Having one of these things fill up is not a bad thing, because we'll hear from some people saying, they fill up so fast. Think about what the other alternative was under a blue bag, where people would complain that, there's really not much enthusiasm. This thing fills up very fast, so we have people coming by and checking it. So if you get here and it looks like it's overflowing, well, it may not be later that day. It may be totally empty, or it may be empty the next day. Just keep that in mind. And usually when you're coming off of a weekend, you're going to find a little more competition because people have time on the weekend and it's when they're doing their chores. So one of these things may fill up very quickly on a weekend, but we keep on top of them. Unfortunately, people would say, well, it should always be empty. You know what? It comes down to the fact that we're trying to get recycling in the neighborhoods and expand the blue cart system in what people know to be very tight budgetary times. And I think they should be heartened in the fact that when other things, including jobs, are cut in city government over the years, that we're pushing forward with this. Because the mayor is committed to the environment, and we're committed to making this program work.